Hello everyone, welcome to this session. I am Anamika, your bio teacher, and today I am here with the last video of this chapter, that is cell structure and function. In the previous video, students, you have seen the short answer types questions. So that means whatever the questions that is given, answer should be clear to you. In this video, we will discuss about the long answer type questions. So first I am going to start with the first question. So question number 1, that is, with the help of a neat and well labeled diagram differentiate the plant and animal cell. So that means with the help of a diagram, and after that we have to, that means, find out the differences. So let's see the answer, students. First difference between plant cell and animal cell is the cell wall. Actually, the cell wall, that is the outermost covering that is present in plant cell and in some bacteria also. In plant, it is made up of cellulose, but cell wall that is absent in animal cell. Second difference is the shape. Animal cell are either spherical or irregular in shape, but plant cell have, that means, fixed shape. They are rectangular in shape. The third difference, that is the vacuole. In plant cell, vacuoles are larger and it occupies almost 90% volume, but in animal cell they are smaller in size. Next difference is the chloroplast, that is a green plastids, which is mainly present in plant cell and helps in the process photosynthesis by which plants manufacture their food, but it is absent in animal cell. Lysosomes. Lysosomes that is present in animal cell and absent in plant cell. It is present in some meristematic plant cell. Now question number 2, that is, who proposed cell theory and what are its main postulates. So let's see answer. Cell theory was proposed by Matthias Schleiden. He was a botanist, and Theodor Schwann. He was a zoologist in 1838 and 1839. The main postulates of the cell theory are: all living organisms are composed of or made up of cells. Cell is the basic structural and fundamental unit of all living things. All cells are not identical, and new cells arises from pre-existing cells, that means the cells which are present earlier, and by the process of the cell division new cells are arise. So this is given by the Rudolf Virchow in 1855, and he proposed the term omnicellula acellula. It means, that means, new cells arises from the pre-existing cells. So this is the, that means, very important amendment done by Rudolf Virchow. So these are the main postulates of the cell theory. Now come to the next question. Question number 3, that is, how did Robert Hooke discover cells? First of all, as we know that the dead cell that was discovered by the Robert Hooke. So how he discovered it? So let's see. So the cells were first discovered by Robert Hooke in year 1665, but that was a dead cell. So while he was, that means, performing some experiment, he observed or examined a thin slice of cork. Cork that is actually a part of the cambium, bark of a tree, under a primitive microscope. And that means he saw that the cork resembles the structure of a honeycomb, that consisting of the many little compartments. Robert Hooke called that big boxes or the compartment cell. So this is the diagram of the cells that he was examined under the microscope, which was self-designed by him, which is resembles like honeycomb. So this is the diagram of honeycomb like a structure. So that means this type of cells he observed while he was performing the experiment by taking the thin slice of cork. And right now I told you that cork that is a part of a bark of the tree. Actually that is a part of the cambium, which is a dead cell. So that means whatever the questions that I have discussed in this video, that should be definitely clear to you, students. In our next video, we will discuss some more questions of this chapter.